So I want to talk about Andrew Yang at the 2020 September debate, and I thought he did pretty well. I think he did better than he did in the first debate, but I don't think he did as well as he did in the second debate. And I'm going to show a highlight clip from it real quick. And I thought it was a pretty strong moment from the debate where he talked about washing the money out of politics, how money finds a way. And anyways, let's get into that clip.
To follow up on what Elizabeth said, why are we losing to the fossil fuel companies? Yeah. Why are we losing to the gun lobby and the NRA? And the answer is this. We all know, everyone on the stage knows, that our government has been overrun by money and corporate interests. Now, everyone here has a plan to try and curb those corporate interests, but we have to face facts. Money finds a way. Money will find its way back in. So what is the answer? The answer is to wash the money out with people-powered money. My proposal is that we give every American 100 democracy dollars that you can only give to candidates and causes that you like. This would wash out the lobbyist cash by a factor of 8 to 1. That is the only way we will win. And as someone running for president, I'll tell you, there's the people on one side and the money on the other. The only way for us to win is if we bring them together.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Lindsay.
So I thought that was one of the best arguments he had in the whole debate. Basically saying, like, look, the only real way to get money out of politics and to solve these issues of corporations really controlling what politicians do is to do democracy dollars, to really give the people the power to vote with $100 a year for their candidate of choice. I think personally that's a much better way to actually do it, because then, you know, that's just overwhelming. You know, you take $100 for every voter. That's, you know, like you said, a factor of 8 to 1. It's just going to wash the money out. So I was checking his Twitter after the debate, and I saw this video that I thought was hilarious. He's just having fun dancing at the after party. So I'm going to play that real quick. So yeah, that was pretty good. So having fun at the debate after party. Thank you, Yang Gang. That's cool, man. What else did he say on his Twitter after the debate? Which Yanism would you wear on a button? People are greater than politicians. That's pretty funny. How long do you think until we talk about the future of work? Never. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that like Pete Buttigieg and like Amy Klobuchar seemed to be like trying to go after him, but I mean, if we look at real clear politics, Yang is like the only one rising in the polls, and maybe Warren, but even she's had a slight downtick. But yeah, Yang's catching up to Buttigieg, so that's why he was attacking him, because he's trying to like stand out from Yang. Because look at this, 5% from the Hill-Harris poll. I've never seen 5% before. I think that's really good signs of more good polls to come. And I think he's just going to keep moving up and up in the polls. I mean, for the longest time, he was down in the bottom tier. Then all of a sudden, like a couple weeks ago, moved up to the second tier. Now it looks like he's going to be moving up to the Kamala Harris Buttigieg. Yeah, Kamala Harris, she had a poll at 4%. So Yang, you know, if you take this poll and this poll, Yang's already beating her with some recent polls, which is crazy. I didn't even see that before. Like, I don't think it was as strong, like I said earlier, as the second debate he did, so I don't know if there's going to be a massive spike. But then again, you never know, because it seems like everyone else is like, wow, Biden had a massive drop-off. Like, everyone else is just dropping in the polls. Yang's the only one growing, you know? Like, in the entire field, basically, like, Yang's the only one growing, which is kind of fascinating, because it seemed like for months everyone else was growing but Yang, and now Yang's the only one growing as more people learn his message. And I don't think his secret weapon that he did at the beginning of the debate worked out that well. I think just the way he presented it. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to search it, you know, his site for it to be like, hey, wait a minute, like I could get the freedom dividend early, $1,000 a month, like 10 families are going to get it, but I think the way he presented it just wasn't as strong as it could have been. But it definitely was unique, so maybe it'll get some coverage on that. What else was there? This clip is just so funny. The dude with the $1,000. Dude, how much does that thing weigh? That guy's just fist pumping it. Oh, okay, it's like a thin... thin laminated thing. That's so funny. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting too once like I think Yane met up with Elon Musk when he went out to California this past week, so it'd be interesting if like they did like some sort of like mini podcast or something together. I think that would get a lot of traction online because people just like hearing what Elon Musk has to say and what Andrew Yang has to say. So just hearing them talk about UBI and the future of work would be pretty interesting, I would think. And the whole like hashtag Trump fears Yang thing, like I think that's true because Trump has attacked everybody above Yang and even a few people below Yang. Like he's attacked O'Rourke and Booker, but he's never attacked Yang because I think even Trump has looked at his own campaign's internal data and he probably is actually scared of Yang. And there's that clip of Trump saying like the only guy I fear is some total unknown that no one's ever heard of, and it's like you know, then there's like a hard cut to Yang, and it's true though. It's like Yang is addressing the same problems that Trump is addressing, but he has better solutions, like the freedom dividend. So I think Yang, I mean, we'll see how the polls are. They've been trending upward. I don't know if the debate's going to move it up that much, but I just think even without the debates, he's moving up in the polls. So it's like we don't even really need the debates, but it could help out. I'd be very curious to see how the polls are in the next week or so. Definitely interested to see what happens in the future. But yeah, anyways, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.